If the same pain keeps showing up in your life, different times, different places, different people, different situations, but the exact same pain is the outcome, no matter how much you try to outrun it, it keeps coming back. This isn't happening because you're broken or you're damaged. You're being invited to answer a call. Unprocessed pain that stays inside of us will keep manifesting in our lives, offering us opportunities to process it. And unprocessed pain will create destinies. We will keep coming back around to those exact same loops, to those exact same patterns, most of the times with it intensifying, as if it's trying to get our attention. It's trying to get us to engage and to participate in it. So you begin to notice this pattern is happening and you want to do something differently. So this is what we can start to do. This is a path to begin to process and heal that pain. The first step is answering that call, is noticing that you're being invited. You're being offered an opportunity to engage with this pattern, that there's some sort of wisdom here. There's some sort of teaching or lesson, something that needs to be integrated before we can move on to something else. So if we can answer the call to engage with it and to participate with it, that's the first step. So once we say, okay, well, I have all this pain, I'm in all these patterns, they keep coming around, I want to engage with it, now what? The first step is taking an honest and truthful inventory of the pain that we carry, exactly as it is, and not how we wish it would be or how we'd like it to be. And this is very difficult and challenging because a lot of times we come up with defense mechanisms to protect us from this pain. And one of the things that we do to protect ourselves from this pain is we create these mental narratives. We go away mentally and we create these fantasy worlds where we tell ourselves things are very different from the way they are. So right away, we notice the pain, we want to engage with it. And the first step is to actually begin engaging with it. We have to start to notice all of the pain, and we want to begin to cultivate the ability to recognize and identify this pain when it's coming up. This is step one. Carl Rogers, the famous psychologist, infamously said, "The interesting paradox is that only when I accept myself exactly as I am do I have the capacity to change." So if we want to start to enact changes in our lives, and we want to start to cultivate agency and choice, and we want to take responsibility for our lives, the first thing is we have to become aware of the patterns that are causing us to suffer. So we take this inventory and we begin to notice and recognize all the ways that we suffer in our lives. The second step is accepting that it's here. And that's not something as blind as saying, well, that's just the way I am, or that's just the way it is. I guess I got to make peace with it. We accept this pattern is here, and we accept that we play a role in this pattern, that we suffer, and there is a reason why we suffer. We are playing some sort of active role in creating this pattern, whether that is through disconnection. We avoid the pain, we do everything we can to get away from it, and so we keep finding ourselves in it. Or whether we've adapted to it in other ways, such as the distraction, the avoidance that we have is in the form of some sort of behavior. And it provides the short-term relief of disconnecting, but in the long term, it continues to perpetuate that pain. This is what we might call an addiction. So I scroll on my phone repeatedly because I'm in this terrible pain. Scrolling on the phone doesn't soothe the pain. It doesn't process the pain. It doesn't express the pain. It just distracts me from it for a short amount of time. But the pain doesn't go away. The pain is still left there waiting for me to do something. So I start to notice all the ways that I suffer, all the pains that I carry. And then I notice, what role do I play in these pains? In other words, I need to start taking accountability for the suffering that I carry. One of the ways that we adapt and we protect ourselves from this pain is we often create these mental narratives, as I was saying, where we are the victim, where somebody has done something to us, and that is the reason why we suffer. And if we are a victim, we're hopeless or helpless. We're vulnerable. We can't do anything. We're weak. But when we can start to take accountability, responsibility for the pain and suffering that we carry, and we could say, okay, yes, I'm doing something that is causing this, we begin to empower ourselves to make choices. We can choose to continue that same path, or we can choose to do something new. So we take the inventory, we notice all the ways we suffer, we start to take accountability and notice all the ways that we participate in this suffering. And then we start to make choices to do things differently. One of the easiest, well, I won't say easiest, I don't want to judge it or evaluate it. One of the first steps that we have to do something outside of the old pattern of suffering is, rather than struggling with it, rather than trying to exile it and make it go away, or judging and evaluating and criticizing the pain that we feel in ourselves for feeling it, let's stop struggling with it and let's try to build a relationship with it. Meaning, let's try to get to know this pain. Let's try to understand where it comes from. How often do I feel this pain? Where do I feel it in my body? Is there a knot, a constriction, a weight, a fleeting feeling in my gut? Is my chest throbbing, my heart throbbing? Is there a weight, a heat, a fluttering in my chest? Is my breathing short and labored and constricted? Are my muscles very tight and tense? Is my throat constricted and blocked up and my voice can't flow? I feel like I'm being suffocated or strangled. Is my jaw always clenching down? Where in my body do I feel this pain? How often do I feel it? Is it every day? Is it all throughout the day? Is it always here? If it is, well, how wonderful. We don't have to look very far to find it. It's right here asking us to engage with it and to participate with it and to do something with it. But if we can't quite find it, what you can do is you can just sit still for 5 minutes, or as long as you can. Just close your eyes. Turn your attention into your body and just scan those spots. Check your gut and just notice what you feel. Turn your attention into your chest or into your throat or into your jaw and just try to notice where you feel the tension, the constriction, the pain. Once we can identify where we feel it, and we ask, how often do I feel this? Is it once a day, once a week? Is it every day? Is it all throughout the day? Then we start to ask other questions. When can I first remember feeling this? What is my earliest memory of feeling this pain? Was it last week? Was it last year? Does it go back 5 years? Or does it go back to some of my earliest memories? The vast majority of the time, this pain that we carry goes back to our earliest years. This was a time where something was happening, we were carrying around pain, and we didn't know what to do with it. So we didn't process it, we didn't express it, We didn't soothe it. We probably didn't have the resources. We probably didn't have somebody there to teach us how to do that. So we stuffed it down and we tried to disconnect from it. And over the years, it's built up, and here we are, with that pain constantly coming out, asking us to do something. Okay? So we notice the pain, we get curious about it, and we try to figure out how often it's here and where it comes from, and then we ask, when I first started feeling this pain, what were the things that I really needed? What were the needs that I had that went unmet that caused this pain? Who did I talk to about this pain? Very frequently, the needs are very similar because they're fundamental human needs that go unmet, and that's why we feel this panic and this pain and this constriction and this tension and this anxiety and this depression. All of it because of these unmet needs. Okay, so this pain in our body might be here for a reason. It's trying to tell us there was a time where we had fundamental unmet needs, and we need to begin to process that, and we need to figure out how we can meet those needs in healthy, constructive ways. So once we take the inventory, we see the pain, and we start to accept the ways that we participate in it, then we make choices to do something different. And what we do is we start to get curious about this pain. And we try to build relationships with it and connect with it, asking questions. And one way that we do it is we just sit still for 5 minutes at a time, maybe 3 times a day. So 15 minutes out of your day. What's 15 minutes? I spend way more time looking at stupid things on YouTube that do not nurture me or feed me or nourish me in any way. So I spend more time distracting myself from what I'm feeling. So what I'm going to say is that I am more important than these silly distractions. That this part of me that carries around all this pain is deserving of my attention, of my awareness, of my presence, of my attunement. I'm going to connect with these feelings. I'm going to engage with them. I'm going to participate with them. I'm going to try to understand them. And so I sit here for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 30 minutes, 3 times a day, 4 times a day, 5 times a day, as often as I can. And I just try to pay attention to those feelings. I don't want to get caught up here, dwelling and ruminating and replaying all the times that somebody hurt me. I don't want to get into the mental arguments with the people who hurt me or with myself, or replaying all the things that I would have, could have, should have said in those instances. All of these are distractions, disconnecting me from the actual feeling. Another defense mechanism designed to protect me and keep me away from that pain, but again, perpetuating the pain. So I notice when I come up here, and I just come back, and I pay attention to that pain again. And I try and see it for who it is. Where did this develop from? Was I just a little child? So is this pain a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old version of myself? What's my relationship with this version of myself or this part of myself? Do I like this part of me? Do I welcome it? Do I embrace it? Do I comfort it? Do I nurture it? Or am I harsh to it? Am I harsh to myself? Do I judge myself, evaluate myself, criticize myself, punish myself, ridicule myself, try to exile myself? Here we can really begin to see all the ways, deeper and deeper, that we participate in that suffering, in that pain that we carry around. And again, we're just going to continue to make choices to do something different.